The Tao of Self-Confidence, episode 656. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. Visit our website at thetaoofselfconfidence.com. Your inner journey to self-confidence awaits. Well, hello friend. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. I'm your host today, Sheena Yap Chan, and today I have a phenomenal lady on the show today. She is an award-winning writer, speaker, and serial entrepreneur based in Southeast Asia, and I'm really excited to have her on and share her story with us today on self-confidence. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Karla Singson. Karla, how are you today? Maybe you can fill in a little bit more about yourself to the listeners.
Hey Sheena, and hi to all of Sheena's listeners. I'm so glad to be here. This is one I haven't done a podcast interview in a while, and I'm so happy to get back in the game by doing this show for all of you ladies. And of course, if there are gentlemen out there who are also listening, thank you for being here. My journey towards self-confidence has not been very quick and easy, but one thing that I can say about it is that once you have it, and it will never leave you. So as Sheena mentioned, I'm based in Southeast Asia, and I've been born and raised in the Philippines. And in a country like the Philippines, most women are not really quotations encouraged to be confident. But I'm very happy that I made the decision to look the other way.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And I love how you mentioned, especially with a country like the Philippines, as women, we've been told to just go to school, get a job, or get married. And, the standard of beauty in the Philippines is also insane, especially when it comes to saying, you have to be light skin or white skin to be beautiful, not realizing everyone's beautiful in their own way, in their own skin. And, I really want to promote that, especially in the Philippines, to, let everyone realize they are beautiful just the way they are, and they don't need any kind of enhancement to do that, right? So yeah, I really love that you mentioned that you're taking the path less traveled. So thanks for sharing that. And what would be your favorite self-confidence quote?
My favorite self-confidence quote is, "Confidence is not a skill, it's a decision." Actually, I don't even remember where I got this quote, but it always reminds me that anytime and anywhere, the decision to be confident is not, it's not something that you learn, and it's not something that you have to study for. It's also not something that you earn or that you have to work hard for, or that's something that has to be passed on to you. There's definitely no waiting to be confident, and no one else but you can give it to yourself. And it's just as easy as making a decision. You can decide right now to be confident, actually, and it could really change the direction of your life.
Thanks for sharing that. And that's a great quote that you mentioned. I think a lot of people don't realize that, it is as simple as a decision to go out there and build confidence, right? I know a lot of people say they're not born with confidence, and that's fine, right? But it's something you can work on, right? And it doesn't have to take big steps to do it. Just little by little, the more you keep doing it, the more confident you get. So thanks for sharing that great quote. And in your own words, how do you define self-confidence?
For me, self-confidence is the feeling of being accepting and being excited about the fact that you can't tell the future. So my analysis on that is that I read somewhere that the mere fact that we can't tell the future, we can feel two ways about it. We can either be scared of it because we don't know what will happen, or we can be excited about it. And in fact, in our body, it's actually the same. Fear and excitement is almost the same physiological effects. Your pupils are dilated, your heart beats faster, and your palms get sweaty. When you're scared, it's the same thing. When you're excited, it's the same thing. So for me, confidence is accepting the fact that yes, you can tell the future, but also being excited about it and knowing that you can just pull through whatever it is. So it doesn't matter if it's asking a girl out, or getting on stage and delivering your message, or finally asking for a raise, or even if it's just as small as going on Facebook Live. So all of these things have that thing in common. You don't know what will happen, but then you accept that fact, and then you decide to be excited about it.
Thanks for sharing that great definition. I know most of us are always so afraid of, the fear of the unknown. But like you mentioned, instead of getting scared about it, we should be excited about it, because you never know what opportunities would land, once we take that action and, go on the other side of fear. So I really love that definition that you mentioned. And Karla, what was your life like before you discovered self-confidence?
Oh my God, it was it was so bad. I actually even discovered that I look better with confidence, or it's just I got more confident that I feel like I look better. But I before I felt like I was ugly. I felt that even I've been a writer forever, and everything I write, I just didn't feel like it would win anything. So, for example, I joined a lot of contests since I was high school, and honestly, I my stuff would rank. Like I won fourth place, first runner up, whatever, but I never won something. And it kind of became like a self fulfilling prophecy. Like I knew I was good, but not that good. So, my self confidence was pretty bad. There was a guy in high school that I really liked that I never talked to for like a year because I just didn't have that confidence. And here's another thing, and you know this because you grew up in the Philippines. In my school, my high school was a really small school. It was a parish school, and none of us dared to apply to UP, or University of the Philippines. That's like a state university where like smart kids go. And I really wanted to go to that school, but I was so unconfident that I didn't even take the OPCAT, or the test to get in, the entrance test. And I missed my chance. And even though I went to still a good school, sometimes I still go back to that time and thought, what if I just decided to be confident? So I was underachieving, basically. I didn't take a lot of risks, and I was always scared of failing because every failure was just like a self-fulfilling prophecy for the next failure. And I just thought maybe I was just the kind to not be, I'm good, but not that good. So I had a thought in my head.
Thanks for sharing that. And I think we all go through that, right? Especially as women, especially as Asian women. We feel like we're never enough. We feel like we have to keep doing more, or we're not good enough to, like you mentioned, go after that prestigious school or ask for a raise because, we've been programmed that we are women and, we shouldn't go out and do crazy things like that, or it's shameful, or, it looks like we're being greedy or hungry for something. But if you know you deserve it and you're worth it, you should go for it, right? And even if you don't get it, at least versus, like you mentioned, what if, right?
And the funny thing is, I was supposed to be confident. I was a wonder child. I learned how to read at 2, and my mom was like, oh my God, like she's gifted, whatever. And then she put me through a school already. So at 2, I already went to school because I learned how to read. And so I entered elementary school at 5. I entered high school at 11 and college at 15, and I graduated at 19. So I learned how to read at 2, and during my first few years when I was a kid, I graduated valedictorian in preschool and won a lot of gold medals in math, spelling, and science. Like literally math, spelling, and science, I was first. But for some reason, my confidence just started dying as I approached my teenage years. And now that I think, I've never actually thought about this before, and the memories just kept coming back to me now. And I think it has a lot to do with the upbringing, about what our society tells us about what Filipinas or teenage Filipinas, what they say, dalagang Pilipina, what teenage Filipinas how we should behave. You should be quiet and meek. So I think that's how my confidence died.
Thanks for sharing that. What was that point in your life when you realized you were more than enough to go out there and, be who you are today, have that confidence? What was that aha moment?
So my aha moment came when I was in college, when I was 17, and I was thinking about clubs to join. So I was doing okay with my studies, and I just know that if I had some sort of a club or an extracurricular activity, it would just look better on my resume when I graduate. So I chose the debate club. And in debate, it's everyone will lambast you or make fun of you, and that's okay because everyone also knows that you will suck when you're starting out. So I had so many bad and embarrassing speeches, and so many bad matter, literally. For example, one of my arguments was we had an economic debate, and I was going for embargo for Iran or something. It was an economic embargo, but I didn't know that. And so I said, maybe we should just embargo their uranium so that they will stop their terrorist activities, blah, blah, blah. And people were laughing because how do you embargo uranium? And it was just so stupid. But I didn't know what I was saying. So for 4 years, my debate friends made fun of me and called me uranium, and it was okay, and we made fun of it. But that was one of the very, very bad speeches that I gave, and my mentors told me, you know what, if you keep sucking and keep practicing, you know, there's no way but and that's the only way that you'll win the championship. So now I'm like ice on the prize, and I trained every day. Literally, I would debate every day until 12 midnight because I told myself there's no other way to win. And I realized that they were right. In 2 years, I won the championship, and it was the first championship and the first big win that I won ever since I was probably 7 years old. So after that, I switched back to my confident self, and I realized that I will never let anything make me feel awkward again or unconfident or feel like, you know, I'm not enough.
Thanks for sharing that. And I think a lot of people don't realize when you start something new, you're going to suck. Like sometimes you're going to suck really bad, but with, you know, daily practice, you get better, right? Practice makes progress. And like you did, you know, you just kept practicing and practicing until you got to the end goal. And, you know, because of that, what's your life been like now?
Well, I really credit a lot of my success in my debate experience, because not only did it teach me how to be confident, it also taught me how to be eloquent, how to look for solutions rather than you know, apply blame or something like that. Because the goal of debate was really to solve a solution in society. So when you debate about abortion, you're not just arguing to legalize, to give women the power over their bodies, but you're also debating on what's the best solution for illegal abortions already happening, or how can we best protect the women? How can we, you know, balance the interests of the society? So debate is a really good mental exercise on finding solutions. So for anyone who's listening, if you have the chance to join a debate team, if you're in school right now or you have kids who are in school, I would gladly 100% recommend joining the debate team to talk about world issues. So I credit a lot of my success in, you know, and where I am today with debate and the confidence that it has given me. And through that, I got braver and braver at taking risks and going after what I really want. So the results are like I got to do more and I got to achieve more. And I just didn't believe any form of limitations. I just refused to accept the limitations that, you know, modern society has given me. I would even debate with banks. They apply for a loan and they give me, this is our interest, and I would negotiate that interest. Like I just went after whatever I wanted. And of course, I can't always get what I want, but my batting average keeps getting better and better. And the other benefit of that is I can also teach other women, especially Filipinas, the same and help them achieve the same as well. So my own little way, aside from being the eldest child and leading my teams, I also get to become a role model for other people in my own little way.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And, you know, to the woman who's listening to your episode, she may be in her own journey to self-confidence. What would be that one tip you would give to her?
So for you, girl, who is on your journey to self-confidence, you know, life is too short to spend it being unconfident. Like literally, this decision is yours as much as deciding what shoe to wear or how you're gonna do your hair today, or if you're gonna, as easy as swiping left or swiping right on your Tinder. The decision to be confident is so easy and it's yours right now. You don't need anyone's permission. So try it out. You know, try it out for a few days and see how your life will change. And I'm 100% sure you will like it. And confidence always looks good on you.
Thanks for sharing that great tip. And if our listeners wanted to get to know a little bit more about you and what you do, is there any links or social media profiles we can connect with?
Yeah, please visit me on my Facebook page, Karla Singson. That's KarlaSingson. I post daily motivational and business advice. And there's also some articles and resources on my website, karlasingson.com.
Thanks for sharing that. And to our listeners, if you want to connect with Karla, you can also head on over to the taoofselfconfidence.com and search for Karla's name. Her show notes will pop up along with everything else that we talked about. And I really just want to thank Karla today for taking the time to share her story and tips with us on self-confidence. So thank you so much, Karla.
Thank you also, Sheena, and thank you so much to everyone who's listening too.
Not a problem. It was really great having you on the show. And to our listeners, be on the lookout for another new episode of another amazing woman's journey to self-confidence. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to another amazing episode of the Tao of Self-Confidence. Get your free self-talk tape for building self-confidence by visiting our website at thetaoofselfconfidence.com. Your inner journey to self-confidence awaits.